Hello, welcome to my channel. And today I will be explaining you the detailed summary of Rider to the Sea, and it's a short play by John Millington Synge. And so before jumping into the detailed summary, let us see what are the characters and how many main characters are there in the play. So mainly we have six characters. Number one, the main and the protagonist of the play is Moria. She is an old widow who is the head of a family consisting of a son and two daughters, right? And she is the central character in the play. Number second character and also important character is Kathleen. She is a young girl of about 20, the elder of Moria's two daughters. So Moria has two daughters, and the elder one is Kathleen, and number three is the younger one is Nora. She is Kathleen's younger sister. And number four is Moria's only surviving son, whose death by drowning is the only incident in the play. So, and this number five, Michael. Michael is Bartley's brother who was drowned in the sea 9 days ago, but whose body was not yet recovered when the play opens. So he's which is only a dead person that we found in the play, and later it turns out that his body has been found and buried in the distant north. And number six and the last is the young priest. He is an unnamed village priest who was expected to dissuade Bartley from sailing to the main island and gives the clothes to Nora. So it's just nothing but just a little description about the characters, and just now I'm going to begin the summary of the Rider to the Sea. So this is a short play that concerns the family of a fisherman residing in the islands of west of Ireland. So the play is set in the west of Ireland, and that is an island. So it describes of the natural calamities brought by the seas on the inhabitants of the island. The stage of this play is in the kitchen of a cottage. In this place we see a fishing net, which shows that the means of their livelihood is fishing. So there is a spinning wheel also seen here, which denotes that the people of this place with the help of spinning wheel prepare thread and weave clothes for this use. And there are some wooden boats lying by the wall. Since there is not trees in this island, these boats have been brought from the main island. These boards include that these boards indicate that somebody has recently died, for which is coffin boxes to be made, coffin is going to be made from these wooden planks or boxes or whatever from these wooden boards. So this cottage is quite near the sea. This island is an island of Aran Island. So there are a group of islands. So island is one of them. So Synge visited this island on advice of George W.B. Yeast, and he went to this island to study the life of inhabitants of this island and to study the language spoken by them. So he spent quite a lot of time understanding the islanders, and therefore he spent a long time keeping himself busy in the accomplishment of this project. So he prepared an elaborate account concerning the life of the inhabitants of this island, their problems, their language, and their other main things of special interest, if any, which took a considerable long time. This one act play is based on the story told to Synge by the inhabitant of the island. The language in this play is based primarily on the actual conversation which Synge has with the people, with the inhabitant of this place. So so when the curtain drawn, we see a girl of 20 years named Kathleen kneading flour, and she prepares cakes, put them in the oven on fire. She starts again by spinning at the wheel. Then her younger sister appears at the door. She has a small bundle of clothes covered under her shawl. Nora asks her sister as to where her mother is at that time. Kathleen says that their mother is lying in the other room, and if she felt sleepy, she must have slept there. So Nora is coming into the kitchen, conveys her sister Kathleen that the priest has given her a bundle of clothes for verification. This bundle consists of a shirt and a pair of socks, which has been taken off from the body of a person who has died by drowning. His dead body was floated ashore in Donegal. So his burials had been carried out decently, but the person could not be identified actually. So their brother Michael has died 9 days ago, and by drowning in the sea, of course. So their mother Moria was very much grief stricken, and all the family was sad and heartbroken because of Michael's death. So were they trying to recover his dead body so that they could perform his burial according to their traditional and religious convention. So they had brought the wooden board from the main island so that a suitable coffin box can be made with them for Michael's burial. But the dead body was not so far available despite their best effort to find out floated ashore. The priest, however, told them if the clothes belong to Michael, then they should know that his burial has been nicely done in Donegal, where this body was found floated ashore. The people of this place have performed the last rite quite decently, for which they should be thankful. In case these clothes do not belong to Michael, then Nora should not tell anything about it to her mother, because it will shock her mother and she will die by weeping and wailing all the time. So now, Kathleen asked whether at this time their last surviving brother Bartley. So Bartley is only surviving son because Michael has died 9 days before. Okay, so we came to know that Bartley is no more, and Moira's only surviving son is Bartley. So Kathleen asked whether at this time, their last surviving brother Bartley was going to the house fair by the sea. He was asked by the priest not to go to the main island. Nora replied that the young priest did not prevent him from going to the fair, but he said that he should not worry for his safety. His mother continues praying till midnight every day that God Almighty will never render his destitute by taking away for every her taking away for ever her last surviving son. Now, Nora asked her sister to open the bundle of clothes. So Kathleen says that they will take sufficiently long time to identify the clothes because both of them are weeping and the noise may awaken their mother who can come to them. Okay, she is next to them in the another room. So Nora hears the sound of Moira's movement, and Kathleen advises Nora to hide the bundle in the turf loft so that their mother may not come to know about what they are doing. So they hide that bundle in the turf loft in with the help of a ladder. Okay, for the time being, so that their mother may not be able to understand what they are doing, and okay, so that she may not be hurt. Okay, so now Moira enters the kitchen. Now Mother Moira enters the kitchen and seeing Kathleen near the ladder, she is surprised and rebukes her. So Moira asks Kathleen whether she does not have enough of fuel for today. So Kathleen clarifies that she is making a cake for which she will need more fuels because Bartley will need something to eat for going to the horse fair in Connemara. So it's an island. So Bartley is going in an island. Okay. So Moira opposes Bartley is going to the house fair. So Moira says that Bartley should not go today because the storm is raging and from south and west of the sea. She's sure that the young priest will stop him from going to the house fair. Nora says that the young priest will not stop him and she has heard village Connemara. He will go downward to inquire whether any boat will sail this week to the main island. At that time Bartley come back and he is in a hurry to go. So he asked Kathleen to give him the rope which he brought from Connemara. The rope was very hung by a nail and Nora gave it to him. So Nora asked him to not to take the rope along with him because it would be used while lowering Michael's coffin box into the grave. So Bartley says that he needs the rope to make a halter to control the red mare. So Bartley says that he has to go early because till weekend he will not get another boat, hence he has to go without delay to get his boat. So people said that it is a good fair for selling horses. So he's going there to sell his horses, to sell his red mare. So he wants to sell his red mare and Michael's grey horse. So Michael has a grey horse because Michael has now died. So he just selling the Michael's grey horse as well and his red mare as well. So when Bartley goes out, his mother objects to his going out on the plea that in his absence there will be no male member left in the house to get the coffin box made with the boards lying for the purpose in case Michael's dead body is recovered. But Bartley says because of the direction of the raging storm from south and west, there is no possibilities of Michael's dead body being washed ashore. So Moira further says that the mother Moira further says that the sea is getting worse and more fierce. So she does not want him to take the risk of going across the sea and to the main island. Now she is only because he is the only son left with him, okay, alive, so who is more precious to her than 1,000 horses. So she does not want him to go seaward running the risk of his life. So Bartley does not pay heed to Moria's advice. Bartley, ignoring his mother's advice, kept on making hotter for his red mare. He instructed Kathleen to take care of his sheep and sell the pigs if she get a good price for them. He also asked his sister to collect enough of seagrass. He further says that since there is only one male member now left in the family, they will have to face many difficulties in future. When Moria has come to know that Bartley is determined to go across the sea, she remarks that if he too dies by drowning in the sea like other members of the family, then they will face much more problems. She says that an old woman like her will find it rather impossible to rear her two daughters if she too falls prey to the sea hazards and dies. So Bartley turns deaf to his mother's protest, and he didn't listen to her mother, and he kept on his firm decision of going to the horse fair to sell his red mare and his Michael's grey horse. So he asked Nora to see whether the hooker was coming toward the seashore. Nora says that the hooker was near the greenery and was preparing to stop on the seashore. Bartley takes his purse and tobacco and is ready to depart. He says that within 2 or 3 days, and if the winds are unfavorable, then within 4 days he will be back. So Moria says that Bartley is a cruel man who does not obey his mother, who is asking him not to go to the troubled sea for voyage. Kathleen sides her brother, saying that it is quite natural for a young man to undertake sea journey, and that her mother is repeatedly asking him not to go out from the house. Bartley now takes his rope and quite ready to leave for his sea voyage. He said that he must go with the speed. Bartley invokes God blessing for all his family members and leaves his house for his mission of going to the horse fair. So Moria's forebodings. Moria is sad after Bartley is going out to the sea journey. Of course, she is a mother, and she does not convey her blessings at the time of his departure. So she is doubtful about his coming back alive. She says that he has gone, and they will not see him again now. When the dark night falls, she will have none of her son alive. Kathleen is angry with her mother for sending Bartley without invoking God blessing on him at the time he was leaving them. She utters very unfortunate word at that time he was leaving for sea journey. They were already grief-stricken due to Michael's death, whereas now Moria's harsh and unfortunate words for Bartley made them all the more heartbroken. Now Kathleen remembers that she has forgotten to give cake for his journey as food. And Nora says that Bartley has not eaten anything since this morning, and he will reach the main island at about midnight. By that time he will be impatient because of hunger. So Kathleen takes out cake from the oven and holds her mother responsible for her neglect. She says that in the house where an old woman keeps on grumbling all the time, the mind of anybody will not function normally. So Moria takes cake to be given to Mate. So Kathleen takes the cake and cuts it into pieces and packs it up in a cloth and give it to her mother. So she advises her mother to give it to go with it by the way of Springwell and hand it over to Bartley, where he passes by that way to sea beach. So now if she invokes blessings of God for Bartley, the bad word she has already uttered for him will lose their effect. So if she goes hurriedly, she can meet Bartley by that shortcut. So Mona takes the cakes and gets up, and she feels some difficulty in walking due to her old age. So Kathleen asks Nora to bring the stick brought by the Michael from Connemara and give it to Moria their mother. By taking the stick, she says that in the world outside, the old people bequeath things are for the young, but here the young die before the old and leave their belongings to be used for the old person. Like after Michael's death, the stick bought by the Michaels is being used by his mother Moria. So when Moria moves out, Nora goes up to the loft by the ladder and throws the bundle of the clothes down for careful examination and identification. She says that when the old priest comes next day, she will tell him whether these clothes belong to Michael or not. So she was told by the priest how the dead body was recovered from the seashore. Two men were swimming in the morning. One of them caught the dead body, which was in the sea water near Donegal. So Kathleen cuts the string and opens the bundle of clothes. It contained one shirt and a pair of socks. Nora says that she will bring another shirt of Michael's hung in the house and will compare the fennel of both the shirts. But the shirt was not there. Perhaps that shirt would have been worn by Bartley because his own shirt was heavy due to containing salt. But it contained a piece of that very cloth. The quality of cloth was the same, but Kathleen says that such type of clothes is available in the shop in plenty and that somebody else would have made shirt of that same type of clothes. So Nora counts the stitches of the socks. It had 56 such stitches. Nora then clearly recollects that the socks that she made for Michael had 56 stitches. Now they are quite sure that the dead body found in Donegal is the dead body of their own brother Michael. So both of them began crying because they are now certain that the dead person was no one else but their own brother Michael. So Nora started striking her hands on the clothes, saying that it is a matter of great sorrow that Michael, who was a very good man and expert fisherman, has the only remains after him these clothes, and they have now with them. So these two clothes are only his belonging left with us after this sad death by drowning in the sea. When they were weeping and crying, they heard the sound of Mora's footstep and they became silent. Okay, keeping these clothes aside, they decided not to tell anything about the clothes to their mother, so that Bartley is on sea journey. So they put the bundle of the clothes in the hole near the chimney, and Kathleen started spinning at the wheel as usual. So when Mora enters the house slowly, the cloth wrapping the cake is still in her hand. She waits by sitting on the stool placed near the fire. Kathleen asks Mora not to think evil about Michael. Kathleen asks Moira, no, don't think anything bad about Michael. She further asks her whether she saw Bartley. So Moira says that she is fully grief-stricken and heartbroken because she had a horrifying nightmare. She saw Bartley riding on red mare while Michael on grey horse was behind him. So this indicates Kathleen now comes to the conclusion that they should tell about the clothes received which have been identified that they belongs to Michael. So she says that they have not seen Michael for so many days because he is drowned in the sea and his dead body has been recovered near Donegal. So where people have given him a nice burial. So Moira says that she has seen Michael riding on grey horse, wearing beautiful shoes and in new clothes. She wanted to convey her blessings to Bartley when she passed by her side riding on the red mare, but his words and voice choked in her throat. So Kathleen says, while crying from today they have come to face their destruction. She says that forebodings of Bartley's death indicate that Bartley will die and they will be rendering without any support now. Nora consoles and comforts her mother and sister that the young priest said that God will not render them without support by taking them from their male member who is their male last surviving support. But Mora did not get any consolation. She says that people like young priest do not know anything about the sea life. She has now come to know in advance about the death of her son Bartley. She says that by calling Amon a good-looking coffin box he got made with the white boards for Bartley because after the death of all her sons she does not want to live anymore. The coffin box will be used for the burial of Michael. So Moira remembers that in her cottage there lived her husband and her husband's father and her 6 sons, and she had suffered great pain of labor in giving birth to all her sons. They all were lost in the sea forever. Of all these dead bodies, of some few were recovered, but there were no trace left behind of some of them. Stephen and Sean were drawn in the sea due to big storm, and their dead bodies were found in Gulf of Gulf of Jury, and their bodies were brought home on one boat only. So The name Stephen and Sean used to be the son, like they were son of Moria, the dead son of Moria, and they are not important. Just a name is being mentioned in the summary, so you people can understand. Like the Stephen and Sean were the names of the dead son Moria had. So Kathleen and Nora heard the noise from the seashore where Moria did not hear his noise. Simon, his father and grandfather, was lost in a dark night and their dead bodies could not be traced out. Patch and died at that same time when the boat has kept seized, and she was sitting close to Bartley's, who was just a child at that time. After the first 2 months, women and then 3 children, and then 4 and women had come to her house. She was making the sign of cross. She was not uttering even a single word at that time. Then some men brought the dead body of Patch wrapped in a red cloth from water was dropping down. So when Moria was describing the bringing home Patch, like Patch was another son of Moria who was found dead in the sea, and the tragedy that had happened to the Patch and what happened at that time. She was describing the death of his elder sons. So Moria was describing bringing home Patch. So Patch was his son, the deceased son. So the tragic scene was repeating itself. Now another son has gone for the journey, and now they were believing that he will not return. He will not to return. So women started coming in, and each one making the sign of a cross at the entrance, and kneels down in front of the stage with red petticoats covering their heads. Moria had now entered from her dreams into doubtful situation. She asked Kathleen to tell her who has died, Pat or Michael. Kathleen said that Michael's body has been found far in the north. Moria asked how they recognized his dead body after remaining in the sea for continuous 9 days. Kathleen says that they had sent a bundle of clothes for verification, which they had examined carefully together. With Noria could not confidently say that these clothes belonged to Moria's Michael only. Kathleen hands over the clothes. Now Kathleen hands over the clothes to her mother. At that very time, Nora sees some people coming toward the cottage who are bringing some wrapped in red cloth from which water is trickling down. Kathleen asks the mother whether it is Bartley's dead body being brought to her house. One of those women says that definitely it is the dead body of Bartley only. So young woman draws the table, and the men lay the dead body of Bartley on the table, which is now wrapped in red cloth. So Kathleen asked how Bartley was drowned in the sea. The woman told him that the grey horse had knocked him over into the sea, and the powerful wave threw him off into the distant deeper part of the sea, and his body struck against the white rock, which caused his death. So Bartley's dead body is brought home and is placed on the table. So Moria grows near the dead body and kneels down at the head of the table. The women who have come at Bartley's death are wailing and moving their bodies to and fro to express the grief and at the death. So Kathleen and Nora kneel at the other end of the table while the men kneel near the entrance. Moria now raises up her hand and speaks in such a manner as if there were no body present around her and she was there all alone. She says that all the male members of her family have now died. She has done the maximum possible harm to her. Now it cannot do any more harm than this. In the past, where the violent storm was raging on the sea with great uproar, and strong winds stirred up the sea, producing waves which collided with great force against each other. At such time, she used to pray to God for the protection of her manfolk who sail on the high sea for fishing. She used to go and bring holy water in the dark night after Samhain and perform various rituals with this water, which she believed would play some significant role in keeping her family members safe, who were in the midst of danger and death while fishing and sailing on the day and night. But now all her male family members have died, for whom she was worried and for whose safety and protection she kept on praying during winter nights. So she is now tension free. She does not have to pray for anyone now, nor has she anybody to worry about. She is now afraid of the of the roar of the sea, nor she's not now afraid of the roar of the sea, nor does she needs to bring the holy water in the dark night after Samhain. She asks Nora to give her the holy water kept in the house. She puts Michael's body over Bartley's feet. Sorry, she puts Michael's clothes over Bartley's feet and sprinkles some holy water on them, Bartley's on the clothes and on the Bartley's dead body. She says that she prayed very much with her wholeheartedness in the dark nights for Bartley, and her prayer was so intense and long that she was perplexed. She herself did not know that she was saying that what she was saying in her prayers. Okay, prayers. Now she has none of her son alive. She does not need to pray for anyone, and therefore she will have great mental place and rest. She will not now be able to have sound sleep in the long dark winter night after Samhain. It's Samhain is a day in the 1st of November, so don't be confused. And since there is no breadwinner left now in the house, she will have to face great difficulties and problems. She and her two daughters will now content themselves to the damp floor and the stale fishes only. She along with her two daughters will now have to depend on little and inferior quality of food in the absence of her male family members who have died, but they will have now rest and peace of mind. She kneels down again, makes a sign of cross and prays to God quietly. So Kathleen requests an old man to come next day with Amon and make a coffee box for Batley. She tells him that these whiteboards were purchased by her mother for a coffin box to be made for Michael. When Michael's body was not found, since his dead body has been found and given a decent burial in the Donegal, so these boards can be used to make a coffin box for Batley. She further says that she has prepared a cake which they can eat while they are engaged in making coffee box for Batley. The old man examines the whiteboards and questions whether nails too have been bought. Kathleen replies that they were not mindful of nails. Now another man comments that it is surprising to hear that Moras, who had seen so many coffin boxes being made in her house, did not know of nails, without which coffin cannot be completed. Kathleen said that her mother Mora is getting old and weak, and she is completely broken and shattered by grief, and so she can easily forget things. Her memory has grown weak, and so she is getting forgetful. So Mora stands up again slowly and speaks out Michael's clothes beside Bartley's body and sprinkle last drops of holy water on them. Nora says to Kathleen that their mother Mora is calm now, whereas on the news of Michael's death she has cried so loudly that her voice could be easily heard from here to the spring well. Nora expresses her views that maybe she loves Michael more than Bartley, but nobody could possibly think so. Kathleen clarifies that reason for her quietness is not this at all. An old woman is soon tired of all what she does. She has been lamenting continuously for the 9 days. Mora surrenders like herself to the fate in utter despair. So coming to the conclusion and the ending of this short one-act play, Mora now stopped crying and complaining and had completely surrendered herself to the will of God and has accepted the challenges of her fate bravely. She is indifferent but has not lost hope and courage. In her pessimistic dark vestry of heart, there is a beacon of hope, there is a strength and a chance for the better and courage to live in a still in spite of a good life she needs to live. Death come to everyone. One who is born will early or late die. If one die, those who are alive should give the dead a nice burial. They should pray to God for the eternal peace of the dead and should live in peace and satisfied with whatever had happened, looking forward for better future, full of life and happiness. Okay, despite adverse and rough circumstances. So Mora is acting in accordance with the spirit. She places her hand on the feet of Bartley and says that the ghost of my husband and my son will now assemble in the other world. May God Almighty bless the soul of these, including the Bartley, Michael, Seamus, Patch, and Stephen and Sean. And okay, the name she is taking, these are all her sons, who have died in the sea, and her husband as well. So she is praying to the God Almighty so that the God Almighty could bless their soul. Okay, and may God have mercy on all the soul of the dear ones who have died and all the souls of the person who are still leading their lives in this world. So she stops for a while and the voice of wailing woman rises and then subsides. So Mora keeps on speaking. She says that Michael has got a decent burial in the far north and for Bartley, and we shall bury him in a deep grave. What more one can want? No man can live forever and we must be satisfied. So in this way the play Rider to the Sea comes to an end with a note of submission before fate and mortality, showing in the darkness a beacon of light to remain satisfied and to see optimistic side of life also without always dwelling on the pessimistic place of life, human life. So I hope you understood the play. It is a little bit like long, but I hope you understood the play. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section, and please like and subscribe the channel, and please share the video as well, and I will try to make more videos like this. And if you want me to make a video on any particular poem, prose or novel, you can comment, and please do like and share and subscribe. Thank you.